everyone, and welcome to another Quick Card Tuesday. Today we're going to be working on a fun Halloween card, and it's going to include a fun sentiment from a new stamp set that we're coming up, so I'll be including a sneak peek as well. The cartridge that I'm going to be using for this card is the Cricut Mini Monsters cartridge. I love this cartridge. It's really, really fun. It's perfect for Halloween and just really great for giving cards or treats to some cute little kids. So let me show you the images that I'm going to include in this card. It's going to be the ghost, and I believe the ghost is located on page, let's see. I believe it's on page, here we go, on page 42. And what I did was I cut out this shape right here, and I also cut out the shadow. So we have, this one was cut at 3.5 inches, and then the shadow was also cut at 3.5 inches in black. And then on the back of this cartridge, there's another image that's really wonderful. It's this tree image right here. So all I did was I cut out tree 2, and that's this right here, and I cut this one at 4.5. So let's put this over to the side and show you how I put this card together. Our base is going to be, let's see, it's 4.25 by 11 inches. And we're going to go ahead and score this one a little bit different because I'm going to be folding it not how you normally fold a card. So we're just going to score it at 2 3/4 right here. And then we're going to flip the card and score it at 2 3/4 again. So this is the base of our card now. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to fold these into each other like this. So it's going to be opening up like a door, or in this case, this card is, I'm going to be making some fun windows. So it's kind of opening up like this, as if it's 2 windows. The next thing I did was I cut a couple of wet background papers, and these are, I believe, by Samantha Walker. Just really fun and simple backgrounds to use for this. And this is cut at 2.5 by 4 inches. So you're going to need 2 pieces for this. So let's go ahead and glue it down. And I'm going to use my Helmar acid-free glue for this. I just like using acid-free glue as much as I can. And like I said, in Texas, it gets really warm, so it's easier for me to use liquid adhesives sometimes. So let's just go ahead and adhere this on this side, and you're going to kind of just center it so it has about 1/8 of an inch around the border. So you see, you can still see the craft around the border, and then we'll put the other one on the other side. Like that. And again, you're just going to center it so it has about 1/8 of an inch around each of the 4 corners. Okay, then the next thing I did was I took 2 pieces of an orange cardstock, and these are cut at 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. And again, we'll just adhere this on with some acid-free glue. And we'll put these right in the center of the black designer paper. And again, it's going to have 1/8 of an inch around it. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. You'll see how quickly this card is to put together. And here we go. Now we have the main part of our card complete. The next thing I did was I cut 8 pieces of paper at 3 1/4 by 1 1/4, and these are going to serve as my little windows here. So we're going to go ahead and adhere them, and you'll see what I'm talking about once I put them down. So just a little bit of adhesive in the center. And I'm going to keep them a little higher up to the top because I'll show you what I'm doing to the bottom of this in a second. So kind of just line them up as evenly as you can. You don't need to really measure it, just make sure that there's about the same amount of space in the middle and around the borders. That just makes it look a little more even, but Again, it's Halloween, so it can be a little crooked. It probably will just add to the character of the card. So you see how now it's starting to look like a window, and then we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. Just put the other 4 pieces on here. Just really easy to do. Probably a card that would be fun to make with your kids as well. Sometimes it's nice to make little pieces like this where you're making your own design and kind of creating your own backgrounds. I like doing that every once in a while, and this is a perfect project to do to use your scraps for as well. So okay, so now we have that, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our little ghost and we're going to assemble him. And again, we're just going to put a little bit of adhesive on him and on his little arms, because our little ghost here has arms, and adhere it to the base. And then, just for fun, rather than cutting out the circles that were on the cartridge cut, I'm going to put some whimsical little eyes, and I'm going to go ahead and put one big one and one small one, because this cartridge, a lot of the eyes in the images tend to be one big one, one small one, and I just thought it looked fun that way, so I'm doing it exactly the way they did it in the cartridge. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my premium craft glue for this. Just put a little glob of glue there, and then place the first eyeball, and now put another little glob right here, and adhere the second eyeball. Okay, so now we have that, and you see how cute it looks. It's just like a wiggling little eyeball. Okay, and then the next thing I did was I took my Zig, this is a Zig 0.005 acid-free black pen, and all I did was I actually drew in the smile. Then I just did a little loop on the ends like that, just so that you can see the smile on him a little bit better. And then the other thing that I did was, now that I have my pen out, I did some stitching around the border. So we're just going to do a quick stitching around the windows all the way to the bottom and around. And we'll just do this really quick. Just trying to keep it nice and straight. And then we'll do it along the top. And also down the center of each of these windows. Like that. And then, like I said before, I left it wider on the bottom because I wanted it to look like a windowsill. So I'm just going to do another line right here, and I'll show you what that looks like if it's not really close up, so you can see it a little bit better. So okay, so now we have something that looks like this, and you see the stitching goes all around, and then down here it's like a little wider windowsill. And let me just go ahead and do the same thing on the other side really quick, just so that everything kind of matches. So we're just, again, just following the line of the orange paper so that we kind of do as straight as possible little stitch marks as we can. You can also use a white Jelly Roll pen for this. It'll look really nice too. But I chose to just add a little bit more black to this card because the white windows really popped out. So I wanted just to add a little more black versus white. But again, you can do whatever you wish to embellish your card. Just have fun with it. And again, we're just going to go straight through the center and just kind of line them up, and then again kind of finish off our little windowsill here. Okay, so now we have that. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some Helmar Zap Dots, and these are the 1/2 inch ones. And we're going to grab a couple of these. I'll use about 4 of them. These are really, really inexpensive, and I love using them. They give perfect dimension to your project, so I don't tend to be very frugal with them. I use them as much as I can. So let's see. Okay, make sure that we have it tied in. And now we'll just take this off, take the little backings off. Like that. Okay. And then I'm just going to put my little ghost closer to the bottom on the right hand side, so he looks like he's kind of like swarming into my window. And then I'm going to take this tree right here, and I'm going to put him on here like this. But keep in mind that there's some pieces that are extra, so I'll cut those off. So let me just use some acid-free glue to adhere this on here, and just put a little bit of adhesive along the lines as much as you can. Just don't over adhere because you don't want it to kind of glob everywhere. So just a nice little thin edge of adhesive, and don't forget to do the little parts because those are the ones that generally tend to lift up if you don't adhere them down well enough. So okay, so now we'll go ahead and put this down right here, and I'm going to put it as much on a card as I can, like this. And then I'll go ahead and take my Westcott scissors, and I'm going to trim off all of the excess. And this is easy to do once you're completely glued it down. It's very easy to trim off the extra little pieces. So you saw how quickly I was able to do that. So I'll put that there. And then another thing that I did was I took a little piece of paper and I stamped the word boo on here, and it looks like a little pendant. I'm just going to go ahead and ink up my edges a little bit like this, and then put it here. Let's see if we can go ahead and use some tape runner. So we'll use our Helmar tape runner for this part, and we'll just put it like it's overhanging from the window. And then if you want to add a little bit of embellishment, you can put a couple of buttons on the corners like this, or you can add some fun twine. So I had this really fun twine right here, and you can use it to make some bows. And just to save a little bit of time, I've gone ahead and made a card previously to show you what it looks like. So here are these cute little bows that I put on here. And then one last thing I did, I'll show you right now, is I added a little bit of stitching on the banner pendant as well. So we'll just put a little bit of stitching on here. Again, that just makes the white banner kind of pop out alongside the window like this. And then just to add a little bit more detail, I went ahead and I cut out another sentiment from the exact same stamp set, and this one is called Have a Beautiful Day. So I thought it was just cute to tie in the word. So then we're just going to open up our card and put this in here. So on the outside it says boo, and on the inside it says have a beautiful day. And then I took, again, the glossy accents, and I'll just use that to outline the boo, and that just gives it a really nice clear detail. You don't want to move it too much. You want to make sure that that dries. And then for my little tree here, I took some Stickles and Icicle. And I love this one because it just gives shimmer. It doesn't change the color of your project. And all you're going to do is you're going to put a generous amount of it on your little tree all the way up the limbs and along the sides. So like that. And then just make sure you grab all of the little corners. It's really easy to add nice detail really quickly. Like that. And again, you're just going to have to put this over to the side for a second to let it dry. So there you go. It's just a really fun card to make for Halloween that has a sweet little ghost and a little pennant that says boo. And then once you open it up like this, it says have a beautiful day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick card Tuesday, and I can't wait to share new ideas with you really soon. Thanks for watching.